lands that they get from the states that says that they have to stay within 80 to 95% occupied in order to maintain their funding. Well, if we have to stay 80 to 90% occupied to maintain our funding, that means that we've got to dish out more sentences. We have to have more arrests. We have to have more people coming back. We have to have crimes committed in prison that festers this environment of keeping that bed occupied.
Exactly. And the statistics, like I said, the offenders that I worked with at that time, I would tell them certain things like that. And they were amazed, but that's 'cause some of the stuff they saw, they didn't see behind the scenes. That's some of the stuff that I saw. When I'm doing, I guess you want to call it an invoice for that day, and just that breakdown, and once I broke it down to, what y'all getting paid and so forth and so on, I even told them, I said, you're basically guaranteed to come back if you don't stay out of the way.
Exactly.
And they're going to get paid, they're going to get paid either way.
Regardless.
Yeah, they're going to get paid either way.
The funny thing about that is, though, Arizona, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and good old Virginia has contracts that stipulate that they have to stay at 100% occupancy at all times.
Exactly. Yep. That's right.
So that lets you know, Virginia, right here in Virginia, that the prison system stipulates in their contract that they have to stay 100% occupied all the time. Now think about it. Think about how many times we have talked about the prison system overflowing. There not being rooms for inmates. I know the city of Richmond jail, people on top of each other or whatever. Think about that you have to stay 100% occupied. Now, I've worked in a property management field for years, and at minimum, we like to stay at least 90 to 95% occupied because our supervisors want to make that money, okay? Somebody wants to make that money.
Somebody wants to make that money, yep. And with that, with the state, as far as like road gangs go, they want a lot of labor done. They want stuff done. In Richmond it's a little different, but out there where I live, you have roads that grow in from trees and stuff like that. Well, we don't have the manpower, or you really don't have the manpower in the local departments. So if you get the inmates out there, hey, they'll cut a mile or two of roadway, and the state is taking care of the stuff that they need to take care of, unfortunately.
Amazing.
You figure they go out and work all day long, they may $5 for 8 or 9 men.
Wow.
For 8-hour day, maybe. Okay. Maybe $10.
At tops.
Yeah.
At tops.
Right.
And think about this. We talked about this a few minutes ago where you were saying about they'll come back. But food for thought, 3 of the CEOs for these prison corporations help write the policy and the protocol for the 3-strike rule and the habitual offender rule. Why not? It's in their best interest.
Right.
That blew me away when I found that out. And they got it right in up underneath us. Because
I think I know part of that. When you institutionalize an individual, it does something to their minds, especially time after time. It does something to their minds. And I feel I've heard guys say that I've got another one in me, so I never understood what that meant. I said, what do you mean? It's like, well, I'll do this bid 6 or 7 years and I'll come back. I can do another one. Well, no, don't come back and do another one, because that's what they want you to do. They write these laws up so they know that you're going to come back. They know it. They're setting you up to come back, unfortunately. You know what I mean? But it's an unfortunate psychological thing that happens to a person that gets incarcerated, because it goes back to what we're worth. You strip all the rights away. They can't vote. They can hardly get a job. So they go back to what they need to do to survive, which is survival of the fittest in our culture. That's how it is. But, once you're incarcerated, it's like, I guess, having a credit score of 400. You know what I'm saying?
So just think about that. If we really dissect that thing, it's no different than going over to a land, stripping someone of that land and bringing them somewhere that's foreign to them. It's just modern day slavery.
That's it.
And the thing that I keep trying to explain to our brothers and sisters is, we're allowing them to win. We're allowing them to win. We talked about this, and we're going to talk about this in another show, and we're building the foundation for that now by giving the information. But when we talk about the restoration of rights, the restoration of rights to me is a joke. It's funny. I love all of the people that's out there and stuff that's helping with the whole restoration to rights. But when you restore something, you restore it back whole.
Right. That's it.
Okay, that's what restore means. Restore means to put back whole. Something was broken or whatever, and you put back whole. You can't restore half of a person.
Correct.
So you let the people out. You let them go get this restoration of rights, and whoop-de-doo, they can carry a gun and they can vote, but they can't live anywhere.
Right.
They can't secure jobs anywhere. They can't return back to their family, because 9 times out of 10, if that family is receiving any form of public assistance or living in subsidized housing, part of the clause is that they cannot associate, live, or be in the presence of anyone convicted of a felony. So now you disenfranchise the family. So where do they go? And now they can't secure a job. So how many no's is a person supposed to take before they go back to the very thing that they know in the first place?
They go right back to the red zones.
And then we want to say that they weren't